So we're going to expand and simplify 5a times 2a minus 3 minus 4 multiplying a plus 1. So when you've got a question like this, it might help if you start by thinking what sort of answer you're expecting to get. So when you're asked to expand and simplify, very often the expanding means multiplying out the brackets. So you won't expect to have any brackets, but once you've multiplied out the brackets, then you can often simplify by adding or subtracting some of the terms together. So if we have a look at what we've got here, we've got a term in a multiplying another term in a, looking at the 5a and the 2a. So you'd expect you're going to get a term in a squared. And then the 5a is multiplying the minus 3, so you're going to get something multiplying a. And then we're multiplying the minus 4 by a and the minus 4 by 1. So the second bracket is going to give us another term in a and a constant term, so a term that doesn't involve the a. So you're expecting to end up with something multiplying a squared, something multiplying a, and a constant term. So 3 parts to the answer. So it does help if you've got that in the back of your mind before you even start doing anything. So we'll start off by expanding and we'll get 4 individual terms, and we should be able to combine 2 of them together to simplify the answer. So let's have a look at what happens. So we're going to start off by multiplying 5a by 2a. So multiplying the numbers together, 5 times 2 gives us 10, and then a times a is a squared. So we've multiplied the 5a and the 2a together. Then we're going to multiply the 5a by minus 3. So we're multiplying a positive by a negative. So let's write down the sign first of all. Then we've got the number 3 times 5, so that's 15. And then we've simply got a. So that's multiplying 5a by negative 3. So that's dealt with the first bracket. We multiplied the whole of that bracket by 5a. Now we're looking at the minus 4 multiplying the second bracket. So we've got minus 4 times a. So it's a negative times a positive, so it's going to be negative, and so that's minus 4a. Then we're multiplying minus 4 by 1, and that's simply a number. Again, negative because it's a negative times a positive, and 4 ones are 4. So that's the expansion done. We have expanded and we're yet to simplify. And all we can do to simplify is to combine those 2 terms in the middle, because the 10a squared can't be combined with anything, and neither can the minus 4. So we have got 10a squared, and then we're subtracting 15a and we're subtracting 4a. So altogether we're subtracting 19a, and the minus 4 stays exactly the same. And it would be nice to check the answer. So in one sense, we know that we've got the right sort of answer. We were expecting an a squared, an a, and a constant term, so that's looking good. But we could check some values, because what we've done, hopefully, is worked out that whatever value a is, whatever we've got on the left-hand side, our 5a times 2a minus 3 minus 4 times a plus 1, whatever that is, should be exactly the same value as 10a squared minus 19a minus 4. So whatever value of a we substitute in, if we substitute it into both of those things, we should get the same answer. The simplest thing to do, first of all, is to check 2 really simple values. I would start with checking n equals 0 and n equals 1, and then choose some other number. So let's have a look. What do we get when n is equal to 0? The left-hand side, so the original expression I had, is... What have I got n? I mean a, don't I? So that n should actually be an a. I'm getting my letters mixed up. Right, so we're checking. If we put a equals 0 into the left-hand side, well, if 5a is 0, then 5a times 2a minus 3 will be 0, so that bit's all going to be 0. And then we've got minus 4 times 0 plus 1, so minus 4 times 1, so that's going to be negative 4. And then looking at the answer we've got 10 times 0, so that's 0, minus 19 times 0, still 0, minus 4. So we have got minus 4. So that's looking good. When we put a equals 0 in, we have got an answer of minus 4 for both of those things. So now let's try a equal 1. And when we do that, the left-hand side is going to be equal to 5 times 1 times 2 times 1 minus 3 minus 4 times 1 plus 1. So that's equal to 5 times minus 1 minus 4 times 2. So that's going to be minus 5 and then minus 8. So that's equal to minus 13. So let's see what the right-hand side is. So that's going to be 10 times 1 squared. So that's 10 minus 19 times 1 minus 4. So that's 10 minus 19 is minus 9. Subtract 4 gives us minus 13. So far, so good. But it's often possible, well, not often, it is possible that you can have got those checks to come out right, but something else might have gone wrong. So it's always a good idea to try some kind of random number. Once you've tried 0 and 1, if they've worked all right, then try something a bit more interesting. So what shall we try here? Shall we be boring and just go for 2? Or should we put a negative in? No, let's just do equals 2. So you can try any number at all, or just not bother. But if you've got time, if you want to know if you've got the right answer, obviously this isn't a proof, but it gives you an idea. Right, so the left-hand side is going to be 5 times 2 is 10. And then open bracket, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 3. So 10 is going to multiply 4 minus 3. And then we're going to subtract 4 times 2 plus 1. So that gives us 10 times 1, 10. Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12, minus 2. Right, and the right-hand side, so that's the answer of 10a squared minus 19a minus 4. That's going to be 10 times 2 squared is 4, minus 19 times 2, minus 4. So that's going to be 40 minus 38 minus 4. So that's 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So it's looking good.